Hi, Lanique. I'm sending you a video, so hopefully a little bit of verbal explanation and face-to-face will help you understand compared to reading over and over again, because we do a lot of that in this class, which is great, but sometimes I feel like this is a little more personal and helps you relate better to yourself. So if you see me look over, I'm referencing the book just to make sure I hit all the terms for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in to an example of classical conditioning. And I'm going to use my nephew as a human behaviors example compared to animal behavior, since they use plenty of those in the book. So real quick, I'm just going to jump right in and start with signal. Signal is anything that cues preceding processes. So for the example I'm going to give, my nephew who lives with us is 3, and we're getting ready for bedtime, which involves a specific order of steps that we've been trying to teach him so that he learns to associate them with bedtime. So we take a vitamin, we take a bath, and then get a binky in a bottle and go to bed. And that's what we do every night. So the signal is going to be those 4 things that precede bed. Vitamins, bath, binky, bottle. So those are all signals. Temporal contiguity is how closely those are related. So we do everything right back to back to back, where he gets the vitamin, then he gets in the bath, and then right after bath time he gets the binky in the bottle, and we put him in his bed, and that's it. So those are closely linked together, temporal contiguity. If they were spread out, say we give him a bath in the morning, vitamins at lunch, and then binky and bottle before bedtime, he wouldn't learn to associate the bath and the vitamins with bedtime. So acquisition is when they first start learning that those things are linked together. So it'd be, an acquisition is when he first learns that the bath time is going to equal the binky and bottle before bed. And also when we start taking the vitamins, that's also an acquisition for the preceding events. So the unconditioned stimulus is something that we don't have to teach them. So in the example of bedtime, he knows that when it gets dark and we're at the end of the day, it's time for bed. That's not something we've ever had to teach him. That's natural. The unconditioned response is also something we've never taught him. So right before bed, he might get grouchy, or he might start yawning. Those are not something we've ever taught him. He just associates those, and they're just natural responses to being late in the day and, it getting dark outside. So the neutral stimulus in this example is going to be, I have 2 of them, the bath time and the vitamins. But technically the binky in the bottle too. So beforehand, those didn't have any associations with going to bed. Say maybe we gave him his vitamins and gave him a bath in the morning. They wouldn't at that time signal to him that we're getting ready to go to bed. But now they're conditioned stimuli, since we're making it a routine to take your vitamin, take your bath, get your binky bottle, go to bed. So we're making these neutral stimulus part of his routine, which is going to make them a conditioned stimulus and elicit a conditioned response. So the conditioned response in this situation might be he starts getting sleepy during bath time. Sorry, I had to read that for a second. So, for example, a conditioned response would be, we give him his vitamin, and as we're walking to the bathroom, he starts to yawn, maybe starts getting grumpy about taking a bath. Those are going to be conditioned responses to the to the previously neutral stimulus that's now a conditioned stimulus. So delay conditioning is a time period over which you're trying to associate the neutral stimulus as a conditioned stimulus. So let's say, for example, when we're trying to make these connections, we would give him a binky while he's in the bathtub. That way he can start associating the binky, which was already a conditioned stimulus, with the neutral stimulus, which is the bath time, making that the new conditioned stimulus as well. Stimulus generalization just talks about anything that's similar to the new stimulus that's conditioned. So, for example, if we gave him a shower instead of a bath, that's so similar that he would still associate them together, still start yawning, getting grumpy during the shower as he would the bath. Stimulus extinction is when you take that conditioned stimulus that was previously a neutral stimulus away. So let's say, for example, somebody's schedule changes and we start giving him his vitamins and his bath time in the morning. He's going to dissociate that bath times and vitamins means that we're getting ready for bed. That's going to become extinct, that conditioned response. Now, spontaneous recovery could be, let's say we give him a bath around lunchtime, or if we gave him a bath on the weekends at nighttime, he's going to recover that conditioned response because it was previously linked with a conditioned stimulus. A conditioned taste aversion, the best example I can give of that that's maybe relevant is if you particularly like a certain alcohol, and then you go to a party, you have a bad experience, you get really sick, you're hungover the next couple days, and then, say a week later, somebody offers you the same alcohol, and just the smell, or the look, or even the slight taste of it makes you absolutely nauseous. So you can't stand anything that's even related to that alcohol because you had a bad experience with that alcohol.